top story, Kemond Jones was sentenced after being found guilty of deliberate design murder. Stay tuned for the details. The city of Vicksburg has approved to contribute $30,000 to the Haven House Family Shelter to provide supportive services to help end domestic abuse in the Vicksburg community. Mayor Flaggs and both aldermen Mayfield and Mansour voted unanimously for the support. The Haven House is a program that supports victims and survivors of domestic violence and abuse. Last night, a Vicksburg police officer was involved in a collision which led to the officer being transported to River Region with injuries. Vicksburg Daily News' David Day was on the scene.
What led to this was there was some type of altercation that the officers were responding to in this general area. One of the people took off running across the street over to Family Dollar. An officer took after them, and this car took after them, and the crash resulted. Two people were transferred to the hospital, the driver of the police vehicle and someone in the truck. Another person was taken into custody related to the incident that led to all this. One officer could be heard on the radio chasing them through Family Dollar, calling for backup, but then said that they had them in custody. That person believed to be a juvenile.
And in our top story, Monday, Judge Cheney heard impact statements from those affected by the direct design murder of Ethan Powell in the early hours of September 7, 2020. After hearing the statements, Judge Cheney sentenced Kemond Jones to 40 years, 30 to serve, and 10 suspended.
So, it's the opinion of this court, and I hereby sentence the defendant to 40 years in custody of the Mississippi Department of Corrections, 30 years to serve, 10 years suspended, 10 years post-release supervision, the court called state assessments, $2,000 fine. They'll be over the course, everybody brings it.
After court was dismissed, several citizens became vocal about the situation. Emotions ran high for those on both sides. For more information on these stories as well as other breaking news for your community, visit our website at vicksburgnews.com.
Former Warren Central High School softball star Kelsey Lockridge hit a grand slam on Saturday in a big win for Alcorn State University. She finished the game with a game high of 4 RBIs along with her 1 hit. Vicksburg High School girls basketball player Layla Carter scored 10 points in the North vs. South All-Star game over the weekend. She's a junior for the Missy Gators as she recently led them to the 3rd round of the playoffs.
Good evening, Vicksburg. Well, tomorrow, starting around 6 a.m., we have a moderate risk for severe weather in our area. That includes strong to possibly damaging winds, large hail, some possible isolated tornadoes, and a heavy amount of rain that will continue throughout the day. Of course, weather changes, so the best thing to do is stay up to date by going to the National Weather Service in Jackson. That's weather.gov/Jan. And check in every couple of hours to stay up to date with our current weather conditions. The high tomorrow will be 75 and the low will be 50 degrees. Wednesday will be partly sunny with the high near 62 and the low near 41. And Thursday will be sunny with the high near 64 and the low near 40 degrees.
There were no birthdays reported today, but we know you're having them. Happy birthday to you if you're having a birthday. And don't forget to email them to us at birthdays@vicksburgnews.com. This has been your Vicksburg Daily News Briefing, and thank you for listening.